Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever we find you. Welcome, everyone. So, those of you who keep asking or keep saying, JJ, this 1 minute chart's not working for me. I'm a big shooter. I'm a big shooter. I got money to spend. I know what I'm doing. Look above and fail of 66.21. You're short 66.10. Your stop is 21. And you've got some wiggle room in there to manage your position. Cover some in the middle here at 65.44 and boom, bang out the rest here. Got your cover this morning pre-market. Look below and fail of 64.87 all the way back to 66.21. You can just, if it's like the song says, if you've got the looks, I got the brains. Let's make lots of money. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday. And we're into 8 times of cost basis. I might redo the cost basis if we start going sideways here for a bit. I don't know. We are. So for people who completely do not listen to me, I will repeat it again. Monday is month end, end of quarter. Today is the last day that people have to sort themselves out. You will be dancing between landmines and cement trucks. So please don't do anything stupid. Right? We are going to be opening under quite a significant gap underneath yesterday's low. There will be liquidations, margin call liquidations, blah, 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 blah. So don't be looking for long trades unless they're at an edge. I took one long trade this morning and I waited for it till we went underneath 64.87 and came back up. I was long 90 and I sold 92 and a half on 5. Done. Made a little bit of money. Not a lot, but enough to take the edge off the open. So now I don't have to push myself into the open. I can kind of sit and see where this market's going to find its bid. All right, so we are in 8 times discount. This is the middle of 8 times discount. I'd have to put another 4 of these gray boxes here. What's up, Juan? How are you doing? So, plan of business today, find the bid. I don't like shorting right at the lows. So I'll let the short sellers find the bid because they'll start covering where the bid is. I'll be watching 64.87 and a quarter. It's a good looking zone, Ron. And that's 2 times to the downside and upside, right? That works. That works. Now sit and watch and see how the reactions are, at the edges. Please be prepared for a little turbulence. It is at the end of the quarter, and there are people who will want to make sure that they make their quarter. If you don't know what that means, if they don't make their quarter, it's going to be bad. So if that happens, sometimes people will do some rather drastic things. For you, why that matters is because it will create unreliable order flow. Hey, all right, how you doing? What's up, Juan? How's Texas today? I'm good, I'm good. My nose is plugged up, but I'm good. Other than that, all good. Yeah, and we're dropping in, so don't go try to buy this thing just yet. Let the large traders find the bid. Well, hey, you know what? Short sellers can finally cover. You know, those who were short over the last quarter, they finally they can book some profits. Right? Hey, can you imagine if you've been lugging this short for 3, 4 months? Oh my gosh. You can put down that pile of rocks, cover into this weakness, and go drink one of those fancy beverages that you see in TV shows and movies now. Nobody drinks Jack Daniels on the rocks anymore. You got these covers and smoke coming out of the glass, and I don't know what y'all are doing. Yeah, Jeb, you keep calling out levels. What's up, Timmy? I'm actually. It's been a long week. I'm too tired to call out levels. I'll just wait till the market does it for me. Yeah, you guys have all these levels marked. I'm just watching every 10 points down, 10 points down, 10 points down. Just see where the bid is. I have no idea where it's going to stop. I have no idea where it's going to find support. And on a Friday, I find that very liberating because I don't have to know where the bottom is. Very liberating. We could drop another 100 points from here. We need to find where the shorts want to come in and start covering. So overnight inventory, I don't know, it's probably about 70, 80% short now. And we are going to be opening on a gap down. But just because inventory is short doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a move upwards. Downside target is 35.50. That might take a while. Yeah, it's what, another 3,000 ES points below us? It's all the way down here. Yeah. The other thing you want to watch out for, speaking of try to call the low, uh, there is that, you know what we should call it, tweet risk, especially on a Friday. You don't know what Dennis the Menace is going to put out. So, right? So, we don't say don't trade. We just say trade smart, right? I already gave the speech of Europe trader who freezes and does all that stuff. Just, you know, go take your cat for a walk or something, right? But if you have discipline and you can control yourself and you can act like a professional, there will be opportunity. It'll be a little faster than usual, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be throwing safes off the top of the Empire State Building or anything. But yeah, it should be a little faster than usual, right? End of the quarter. Let's see who comes out to play. Found a little buying here at 64.80. Watching 64.87 quarter. Yeah, it might be too fast for your skill level, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I like watching Formula One, but I can't drive a Formula One car. Yeah, well, we have 6 months of inventory trapped long above us, right? I've been telling you guys for days now that we were going to look for 64.87. There it is. And that's okay. That's okay. The good thing, TBD, is you recognize that, right? Sorry. That's true, Steve. Oh, man. So we got sellers at 88, Get some bids underneath 83. And we have 11 minutes to the open. Should we go check out and see what's shaking in the wide world of equities? Another gap down, Raj. See how it's changed? Right? Remember being there, Peter Sellers? Classic movie, right? Remember he's talking, when Peter Sellers is talking to the guy who owns the Vanderbilt mansion, and he's telling him how there's cycles in business. There's spring, there's fall, right? Same thing here, right? It's the same thing. Old Chauncey the gardener was ahead of his time, right? So, yeah. Apple, we came down to that 245.30, hit the bid, and boom, right back up to 252. There is some liquidation, you know. Um, there were beautiful distributions in these stocks. So now we got to clean them up a little bit. Yeah, leather jacket guy, let's see if we could stay under 172. Very curious, because if we stay under 172 on NVIDIA and we take out these lows here, then we're looking for 158, because we've got a lot of trapped longs here. But that stock always pulls a rabbit out of its hat. Let's see. Yeah, some of these deals are still just cranking. Corning. Palantir is right above that 143 cost basis. Meta, I'd be interested in a look below and fail of 509 on a short-term swing. Hey, we found some bids. Nobody said anything. Maybe I wasn't watching. Nope, nobody on YouTube. Yeah. Oh. So for me, over 65.87 means long. But to where? You know, the 87 is a big level. 85, 87, those are big levels on these daily charts. Right? There's 87 and a quarter and 85 and a quarter. And right. So let's see. Let's see. Now here's the proviso, okay? If you are going long over 64.87 and a quarter, okay? How much pain are you willing to take on that trade, and where are you looking to profit from it? Because if it takes out 87 and a quarter, where are you going to put your stop? You don't want to put it down here at 79. So you have to think about that if you're taking that trade, and you could use, I'd say, the 85s and the 86s, because really if it breaks here, right, if it comes all the way back in here, it's really not worth owning at that price. You know, they just filled the 88.5 bids. Right? So if you're trading that and you're looking for a long before the open, Now, generally before the open, you get a little move up because all the suckers come in, right? All the suckers bum rush the open. Let's see if that happens. But watch that 87 and a quarter, and if it can't stay above it, then that scrubs that idea. Yeah, you were lucky, S-Pill. So, you were lucky. Thin order book, I don't know where your stop was. So those 89s that I bought, I'm selling them at 92. I'm not waiting for an invitation, right? So I paid a little high, right? I told you I was going to buy them if it stayed over 87, so I got executed at 89.90, and now I'm done. I'm not trading anymore until after it opens. That was cool. Seller at 97. And that's exactly, sorry, S-Pill, I'm using you as an example. That is exactly why brokerage firms don't allow you to trade in the after hours. You will anticipate as much of a rise as the order flow will allow, James. Everybody would like the market higher, but do we have the customers to do it? I would manage my expectations. Today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. Inventory is selling everything right now. Trap long inventory. End of the quarter. Pay up or sell out. If you're holding positions that are underwater, you better start wiring money. No, I am looking at Hyperliquid to take tokenized securities public on, but I haven't traded on it yet. I'm still doing my research. Do you? And how do you find it? Yeah, don't forget you can lose more money than you have in your account, eh? If they don't stop you out, if there's a software glitch, if you're short at 5 and you get bought in at 20, that debit in your account, they're going to come after you in court for that. Just so you know. It's not like you get to walk away with a $20,000 debt or a $50,000 debt. You sign all of those forms when you open up a brokerage firm. Right? So don't trade near the close. Right? You're not that good. Yeah. Read the fine print. And you could tell, right? I mean, how long have we had this room? We've had this room for 5 years now. And I always tell people, don't trade at the close. Don't trade at the close. Don't trade at the close. Don't trade. How many people actually listen? That's why retail traders don't make money because they don't listen. They don't listen, right? Here we go. We're off. Let's see where the bid is. Yeah, let me know how it goes, George. No, one, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't. There's some rules, right? In business, there are rules. There's sometimes you do this, sometimes you don't do this, right? I'd like to see a test of 84 and a quarter in RTH. Come on. Come on. Come on down. Come on, you know you want to give it. Oh, you tease. Come on. Come to Flavor Country. Show me your bids. There we go. There's a seller there starting to clean up. It's offering a little lower. Wait for the next candle. Here we go. It would be nice if we went and tested the overnight low. What trade I would like is a look below the overnight low, a fail, come back up, and then go 87 to 94, 93. That would be okay. Point of control at 81. Here's the overnight low. Here comes the test. Knock, knock. Who's there? Margin call. Margin call who? That's what you're seeing now. These are opening market margin calls. Now let's see who comes to the party. Where's our seller? Seller's going to be at 79.5. Maybe 78. You're going to make me put 8 of these together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, making a run for the overnight low. Seller's still there. Yeah, there should be short covering jam. It's end of quarter. Old business, right? Old business. Taking care of old business. The seller at 79.5. I'm really not interested in going long until we get over 87.25, because that area between 79 and 87 will allow the large traders to tell me whether it's worth going long. Because right now I see there's a seller at 79.5 and there's no reason to even think about a long. Right? You can short the overnight low, put your stop a couple of ticks above it. The problem is, where do you cover? We haven't been down here in months. So you're going to have to just put your orders in and let them do the talking. Nice and easy. It's nice to see the short sellers finally get a crack in their favor. Two more of these. If we go below 8 times cost basis, I'll redraw the balance zones. Let's relax. Let the large traders and the suckers find the bid. Right? If you don't know where the bid is, that's okay. It's called inventory, George. We got 6 months of trapped longs above us. It's the end of the quarter. So people need to sell. It's just business. No big deal. It's good. Told you guys that we were going to reset cost basis, right? Remember, we told you that this would happen. We even showed you how it would happen. It's going to repeat itself. That distribution and that distribution. Then you get a sell-off, go sideways, and now the question is, do we get the big spike down like he did last time? Or does it kind of go here, go sideways, and then work our way back up? That's really the only question. Right? Yeah. If you don't know what inventory is, you better learn. You know, if you don't know what inventory and cost basis is, you're really not trading. You're just professionally gambling, or unprofessionally. Could be. But I'll tell you what, the big spike down is TBD. Your prime broker is calling you and telling you that you need to wire $10 million or put aside $10 million, or you need to sell these positions. That's the reality. If you want to know what the reality of the situation is, it's called a margin call. Anybody old enough to remember the movie Tango and Cash? Sylvester Stallone's like sitting there acting all uppity, and secretary walks in and she goes, "Your broker's on the phone." And he said, Stallone goes, "I said no phone calls." The secretary goes, "What does margin call mean?" Stallone's like, "Give me that phone." Oh, that was the funniest line from the whole movie. What does margin call mean? Give me the phone. uh, all right. We're creeping on that overnight low. Is that 79.5 sellers still there? Here we go. Show yourselves, or as the French say, montre-toi misérable. Where are you? Right, we know they've been here. 79, 80, they're here. What does margin call mean? Oh. Hey, look, football players are starting their own hedge funds. It's a glorious time in the world. All right, let's see if we can stick that overnight high. We're looking for 64.87. If you are long from the 80s, your stop will be 79.78. I don't know where the seller is going to be because this candle was huge. So I would wait for the next candle to open and stay over the overnight low if you want to go long. Right? At least then you'll let them clean up that 79 area. As they say here, it's a bit dodgy right now. And you only have to wait 9 seconds. Can you wait 9 seconds? 2, 1, boom. Point of control moved up. Point of control was down here and then it moved up. So they're distributing underneath the overnight low. Quelle surprise. Right? Now, let's see. If you're short the overnight low, because they're distributing, they're selling up here. They're selling what they bought here at 70. They're selling it at 78. That's what that means. If they can bring enough buyers in, they can raise price over 82. So if you want to go long, right, watch the 82 reaction, right, and say you're long, you know that there's a seller at 82. They were there before. And they're there right now. See? This is how you can manage your expectations and trade intelligently instead of just closing your eyes and hoping something happens. Right? You've got real-time market information. Okay, the seller took out 82, moved it up because they saw buyers. Do those buyers continue over 82? Or do they have to lower price underneath it again to try and bring more buyers in? That is why I'm letting them figure this out, and I would rather go long from 87 to the 94s, and I'd let them work this area out. Let them do the heavy lifting here, because it's Friday, right? I don't need to buy the bottom. I just need to make a couple of points. Get it? And right now I see a seller at 79. So for those of you who are using that information to short, that's good. Right? If you're short 79, throw some bids here at 75, 74. See if you can catch a taste. And if we break 74, look for where that old point of control was at 70, 71. Everything we do has a foundation in common sense. It's got to. Simple business, common sense, good risk management. It's boring. It's boring, but it's worth it, right? Now, I know the Lamborghini trade is much more exciting. You know, the only problem is the Lamborghini trade doesn't work in real life. It only works on YouTube. So if you want to learn how to trade, folks, come into the room. We got a 3-day trial. Okay. We have a 3-day trial, and you know, if you stay, you pay $19 US. I mean, in the UK, what's that? £8? £9, something like that. What's my view on the 30-second and 15-second chart? I've never used 15. I have used the 30-second chart, and I gotta say, I liked it. The only problem was I found myself over trading when I was using the 30-second chart. So I just dialed it back to a minute. The 1 minute is too fast for you, Rebel, because you just don't have enough experience with it. That's all, brother. The 1 minute is supposed to be fast so you can get your reflexes up. Remember Karate Kid? Wax on, wax off? Don't worry. If you come into our room, I promise you this. Come into our room next week, right? Don't sign up over the weekend because I'm not going to be there. I'll sign up on Monday, all right? So you get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for free. Come into the room. We'll be doing execution classes, and I'll show you exactly in detail how to use that 1 minute chart and teach yourself how to be a deadly weapon. You can use candle charts and nothing else. You indeed can, my friend. You can. You can use a time and sales and nothing else. You don't even need charts, right? You know, I have not been in a Lamborghini in a long time. And truth be told, I didn't really fit well in it back then. I probably still don't. You know, I saw my dream car yesterday on Instagram. I think it was like a 1936 Bentley Blue Train. That's really more my style. Uh-oh. Found the bid. There's 87. Am I awake enough? Should I be taking this? Try this on the mini, on the micro. There's 87 and a quarter. So I want it to go over 87 and a quarter, come back down, go back up, and then I can take it long. But right now I know they're backfilling, so don't jump in just yet. You definitely can use. I only have this TPO chart on the right, um, order filled, because I've just had it there for 10 years, right? So, all right, I'm long 87.63. Oh my goodness, and I didn't get my sell orders out fast enough. Now I did. And I am flat. Got a second touch. I was lucky. Hey, Taco, what's going on? This is a dream car. Yeah, Bentley Blue Train. That's my speed, folks. Right. Is it even possible to think about Lambos? Of course not. I was joking. You don't understand that I was joking, order filled? You didn't get that as a joke? The Lamborghini thing? That's why I'm trying to teach you guys how to pay your phone bill. You get the humor, right? Hello? I was joking about Lamborghinis. Yeah, you're not gonna be in your bedroom trading and get a Lamborghini. You're gonna still, start by paying your phone bill, and you gotta put in the work, man. It's a job, right? It's a job. It's a freaking business. So you gotta learn the business, right? It's not a wish machine. It's a business. Yeah, you get 3 days for free and a Lamborghini for the weekend. Yeah, there you go. Right? No. And that's why I don't post pictures of myself with Lamborghinis. Yeah, TBD, you shouldn't even be trading the mini in this market. If you're not used to trading markets that are a little, how do I say, haywire, right? Remember, there is a war going on, right? Do you guys remember, right? There's a war going on. It's the end of the quarter. We have all this AI news coming at us. You guys have heard of the macro stuff, right? It's funny. I was talking to somebody and they're like, my trades aren't working. I'm like, you do realize that there is a war going on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that is my car. Give me a Ford Falcon. I'll take that any day. All right, there was 94, 87 to 94. I only took 88 to 90 kind of thing, and that was it for me. Oh, I'm gonna post a picture with a Toyota Corolla, which is a very good car, KKP. One thing I will say about the Toyota Corolla, that thing has never left you stranded by the side of the road. Let's see if 87 and a quarter holds. Not just yet. We got some washing to do. Okay. So we got rid of some inventory. Hey, fish. Yeah. Right, that 87 area is here. Right? So, fish, what you need to do, remember our conversation this week. Go back and watch the early morning session. Why I was looking at that area. And then why I was thinking 87 to 94. Because 94 was where the supply is. So, I went 88 to like 90. Right? Not the greatest trade. But it did get up to 94. Pretty much to the tick. And then backed off. Right? So now we're under 87 again. We're underneath that overnight low. So let's see where the bids come in now on the second time through. You can see from the 1 minute that the sellers were here. On the retrace back up, they've lowered their offer. So are we going to test this low again? Quite possibly, yes. Because we still haven't filled the gap up, down, and there's going to be margin calls. So very cautious trading for those in this market. Remember, I told you they took that 78 product and sold it up here. Now they put it on sale again. Yeah, you do order filled. You can make a living from being trading at home. Definitely. It's not freaking easy at all. Right? Straight goods, it's hard as hell. And if you depend on it for your income and you don't know what you're doing, it will make you lose all your hair and get a kidney stone. If you do it and say, I'm going to take some time and learn, and I'm not going to quit my day job, right? That's how you do it. But you're not going to be able to just quit your job, start trading, and make a living. Right? That is fantasy. That is just about as fantasy as the Lamborghini. It's just not going to happen. The trick to this business is having a few streams of income. Do whatever you can for extra income so you don't have to depend on trading for your income. Because when you do and you don't have enough money, you will make stupid decisions You will make decisions off the back foot. You'll make decisions because you're desperate. And every time you're desperate in this business, they will rip your face off. Because when you're desperate for money in this business, you miss subtleties, you take bad trades, you make every mistake in the book. If you're calm and you're relaxed, it's the only way to do this. Right? I've been working from home since 9/11. At first I liked it. Now I wouldn't mind going into an office, a trade desk, you know, seeing human beings and having a few laughs. Long? Jesus Christ, no. Not just yet, Indy. I don't know if that 66 low is going to hold. So my next level down is 58 quarter on one of my other charts. Yeah, here we go. Nobody should be thinking long yet. I want it to go sideways, test out a new balance before I go long. Till then, we are still liquidating, my friends. Any chance of a short squeeze right now? No. Doesn't make any sense. There you go, M. Jason. Well done. Well done. How to combine trading with an 8 in the morning to 5 job? Well, what are you doing at night, brother? It's a 23-hour market. Indy, the data on the right side is a fancy half-hour candle chart that shows you all the volume at every price level. Nice trade, X-Rebel. Well done. Well done. Oh, yeah, there's copy trading too, right? I forgot, Flex. Thanks. Right. Next potential area where bids are present? No clue. It's like we're drilling for oil, Mohammed. We're at 14,000 feet now. Got to check the mud logs. I have no clue where the bid is. Right now, I don't care. Right? I'm just sitting back. I made my money for the day. I'm sitting back. I'll let the market find the bid. Just relax, relax, take it easy. Shorts are covering a little, but hey, Martin, if you had to cover 1,000 shares, 1,000 contracts, right? And you put a bid up at 63 for 100, boom, it got filled so fast it made your head spin. Then you would drop your 800, 700 buy contracts, right? You drop those prices down. I answered already what the data on the right is. Were you not listening? It's a half-hour candle chart that shows the volume at every tick. Indy. Indiana Jones. Get it? No problem, brother. No problem. It's Friday. Hell, you might have started drinking Arnold Palmer's already, wherever you are in the world. I've never had one of those. I was watching the other guys, and they were drinking Arnold Palmer's. I think that's just fancy iced tea, isn't it? Yeah, it's just what they call these are market profile charts, right? And it just shows the inventory. So you can see that all of the inventory is trapped above us, right? And Monday is month end and the end of the quarter. So all the all the shorts that were trapped above 6,600 right? All these shorts that were trapped underneath these levels, they finally get to cover with some dignity by the end of the quarter. It's beautiful. And so you get a 2-for-1 special. You let the shorts off the hook. You ease the pressure in the market. Number two is you flush out all the flippers, right? We take this thing down and we get everybody's position, take it sideways for a month, beat the crap out of everybody. Reestablish a cost basis, number three, and then we go to work again, right? Half tea, half lemonade. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of sugar. Okay. I probably won't be allowed to have one of those. So 8 times discount is 64.41. And B period's going to open, so you get a little short covering coming in on this candle here. How could shorts be trapped for a long time? Well, it's very easy when you're trading hundreds of millions of dollars. Let's see if that low holds. Remember, there's all sorts of elements of participants in this market, Ismail. There are people trading hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. Right? It's not just retail traders who are closing out their position. You know, some people are swing short for like 6 months. You know, they've put $100 million toward that position. Yeah, I'm in the UK. I trade at night. Order filled. You're not going to be trading 1,000 E-mini contracts. You're probably going to trade 3 to 5 micros while you're learning. There's enough volume for you, brother. Well, where to put stops depends on where's the business reason for your trade, Mohammed. Come into our room. I'll show you. Right? So if you're long somewhere, where would the business reason be where that trade no matter makes sense? So if you're long at 62, I want you to put your thinking cap on and go, I'm buying this at 62 to sell higher. Where does the trade no longer make sense? And do I have the capital to take that trade in these market conditions? Do I have the ability to bear the higher cost of doing business? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself as a business person, right? Otherwise, you just straight, you're just screwing around, right? You want to do proper business? You got to ask proper questions. It could rip. We could get some tweetage and we could rip. Let's see what happens. Right? I wouldn't be surprised if we get a nice big 3 or 4 big short covering candles. Right? Take us up to 64.83. Who knows? Let's see. Right? Keep watching the tweets. See if he wakes up and fires off some tweeting. Hey, nice work, Tom. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it. Nicely done, sir. That's a great month, eh? Only one negative day. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. Okay, we got a little position from 58 to 66. You are going to have sellers on the way up. So if you are long, if you're looking for that rip, you know where the sellers are going to be. That's good. I'm going to save that. Yeah, be careful with the free money trades. I don't want you guys to go home empty-handed, right? You guys familiar with the song Rock Superstar, Cypress Hill? It should be the theme song for traders. Save your money, man. Save your money. There you go, fish. Cypress Hill is great market making music. You could spin like 6 or 7 companies simultaneously listening to Cypress Hill. It just flows real nice. Okay, hey, you think we found the breaks here? Let's see. They'll put a little position together here. And if we get enough people short under 66 with no supply under 60, we'll move up to set 70 level. Right? There you go. I am erring on the side of laziness today. Let's see. I'd really like them to establish a nice back and forth zone. No, those aren't singles, my friend. That is what we call excess. But you could tell there's a seller at 66, right? Singles, according to market profile people, Mohammed, have to happen in between two distributions. At the top and the bottom of a market profile, they call that excess. I know it's a persnickety little thing, but I didn't invent it. And the theory is if you have a distribution and then single prints, it's like having a gap down, during the trading day. And there'll be resistance when you get up there. No problem. The market profile teaching it's good, but it's not very practical. That's what we try and do in our room. We try and take market profile and the 3 or 4 major concepts that you really need and really need to focus on and use those with a candlestick chart because everybody uses candlestick charts. And frankly, that 1 minute candlestick chart is telling me more information right now than any fancy order flow software in the world could. Right? I know that there's a seller under 67, and I know the seller moved down under 64 and a half, and now I know the seller's at the top of that candle. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. You can see these candles, the seller has moved down, lower. Now let's see if we can take the top of this candle here. See? If you're short, that way you can stay short. So if you were short 63, 64, if it flipped over 65, then you can maybe cover, right? But now where are you going to cover? You're going to say you're short 63. Yeah, put a 60 and a quarter bid in. Boom, you got tapped. Can you get filled at 59? You might not be able to, right? But I'd bid it. Why not? 59 half, quarter, almost, almost. Oh, there's a 59 there. You got filled at 59. What a thought, eh? Look at that. Contracts for sale. How beautiful is that? Now let's see where they stop selling. Let's see where they stop selling. Right. Come on, show me the bid. Show me the money. Where's the bid? Come on. Next candle opens. Watch the low of this candle. Now I'll sit and watch this candle. Usually I would just jump in and buy it and put my stop under the bottom of that one. But as I'm aging, and not quite gracefully, I'm learning to be a bit more patient and let the candle open up a little bit. Now we're halfway into that candle. You can see the seller is still right there at 58.25 and they're pushing a little lower. So I'm watching the bottom of this candle. See how we're underneath it? See, not quite ready to go long. So now I'll watch 55, right? And do we have a little balance here? Could this be a balance zone? So I'll just draw a box and watch, right? So if you're going long here, say you want to go and buy a little bit here, right? Say you're buying 58, 57 and a half, right? You buy that, you put your stop under at 55, right? Long 57 and a half, and I am flat at 60 and a half. There, see? That's how you make your money while you're waiting for the market to make a big move, right? See, they stopped selling there and there because there are bids here and here. See? So you buy a little bit, you put your stop here, and then boom, as soon as you're long, put your sell orders out. Beautiful. Right? Simple. The best was when it looks underneath 55 and comes back up. So it's in the middle of that blue box. Just leave it alone. You guys understand the reason why you're doing this? Because you're trading with wholesale traders. Right? You're trading with wholesale. So what they're doing is they buy everything underneath 60. Soon as it flips over 60, they're on the offer. Offer, 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 offer. Wait till it comes back into the box. Right? So if they're long 58, 59, 60, they're selling 61, 62, 63. And that's how you make money consistently. Now let's see if it stops stone cold at 66, it might look above and fail and come back in. If there is no more selling, we'll take this product in the blue box and we'll go sell it for 2 times profit. See? So if it holds 64, 66, 67, you know there's going to be sellers at 70. You know there's going to be sellers at 74. But what they're going to do is they're going to take this accumulated product and sell it as far as they can up here for profit. Otherwise, if there is more selling, it will come back into the blue box and you can short it here, put your stop here, and cover down here. Watch, wait for the next candle. It's nice and slow, so you can actually take your time. You should be trading the micro. You shouldn't be trading the E-mini order filled. So say you're short 64, 65, right? If you're shorting this area here, your risk is at 66. I went to short 64 and I missed it. That was too slow. Yeah, if you can't trade 3 minis, trade 3 micros. You're not trying to make money. You're trying to learn how to trade. And look, we stopped right in the middle of the box. Now the wholesalers will flip to the bid. Right? If there's orders at 58, 59, flip to the bid, front run. See? And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you trade, and you have, you got your sandbox. You only play here, right? You're not screwing around all the way. You wait till this gets set up, right? You do the look below and fail, the look above and fail, trade from the outside edge in, and if it breaks and you're a breakout trader and it looks above, comes back in, and then goes like this, you can buy a position here, but you know that there's going to be sellers here because we just had a downtrending market pre-open, right? But inventory is a little short, so we should have a little bit more short covering come in. Now watch and see if this holds, right? It's very simple. It sure as hell isn't easy, though. It's going to take some time. That's why you have to practice. So, folks, if you want to learn how to do this, not have a heart attack, not lose all your money, come visit us in our room. Hell, it's free for 3 days. If you want to be cheap about it, sign up on Monday. Right? No, I never use tick charts. I'm a simple guy, Indy. Right? Give it a shot. Come in the room and talk to me. Send me a message. Tell me who you are. We'll have a chat. And I'll see how I can help out. Yeah. And we're cheap. So if we ding you $19, it's not going to break you. So if you were long over 68, yeah, I'd be selling them. Right? There's going to be some sellers as we get to the overnight low. See? Accumulation, distribution, and then as soon as the sellers start seeing competition, they'll lower price. But if buyers start lining up, they'll raise price. That's why they call it a market, remember? Not a hot tub. Nice trade, Jam. 60 to 66. Beautiful. Lots of opportunity. You just got to wait. Right? Let the market show you where everything is. You know? Yeah, the old coin of bitterness, that's another thing. I am watching Bitcoin, and I honestly think Bitcoin, it is a speculative asset. I'm definitely looking to buy Bitcoin under 63,000 because my average right now is around 75, I think. 75 or 76. So I'd love a 56,000 print. But my position is so small, it's like a little piker position it's like an experiment, right? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the 0 and 1 mafia make me rich. Hopefully I'll live long enough. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, no problem, George. When the really smart people are saying uncertainty, I don't want to be a fear monger. I'm just more curious because these markets are like they're like those, those murder mysteries. We're in one of those stages where we need to find out whether it's the butler in the pantry with the candlestick. Know what I mean? Doing a lot of watching. Doing a lot of watching. Oh, and remember, folks, before I leave you, there is a time change in the UK over the weekend. So Monday morning, I will be on back at 2:30 in the morning New York time instead of 3:30 in the morning. Okay? And for the folks in UK and Europe, we'll be starting at 2 p.m. UK time instead of 1, which is 3 p.m. European time instead of 2, I think. Yeah. So there we go. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all for being with us this week. We appreciate you. Please trade safely. Do not take candy from strange market makers and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. I am going to go and enjoy the Liverpool sun. It's always sunny in Liverpool. Greatest city in the UK, Raj. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.